The year 2012. Believing that the country's independence can be won not only at the front but also through economic development, domestic and national production, sector manufacturers, supporting organizations and universities from 27 provinces of Anatolia came together under the roof of ARUS, the Anatolian Rail Transportation Systems Cluster. The first success of ARUS, which consists of staff who strongly believe in domestic and national production, was the signing of the specifications that increased the domestic contribution rate in public procurement to 51% in the metro tender held in Ankara for the first time in 2012. Following this historical decision, which is a milestone in our country, with the domestic production and national brands move initiated with ARUS Synergy, Silkworm, Panorama, Talas, Green City, Istanbul Tram and Light Rail Transportation Systems, the first driverless national metro vehicle, HSL 700 hybrid locomotive, E1000 shunting locomotive, E5000 electric mainline locomotive, DE10000 diesel electric shunting locomotive, electric high-speed train set, suburban train set, new generation freight wagons, traction motors and national signaling vision projects became the sign of full independence and strong Turkey. Our domestic and national brands, which ARUS started with a 51% domestic contribution requirement and reached 70% today, are currently successfully providing services in Istanbul, Bursa, Kayseri, Kocaeli, Samsun, Antalya, Izmir and Gaziantep. The aim, national brands and 80% domestic contribution. ARUS members who continue on their way with more strength, determination and commitment in accordance with their goals also export an average of $750 million annually to 25 countries from Tanzania to Tunisia, Thailand to Poland, Qatar to Romania. 2023 and 2024 aims are $1 and $2 billion respectively. ARUS carries out the supporting the development of international competitiveness (URGE) project with the support of the Ministry of Trade and 2 European COSME projects. It participates in the industrial cooperation projects, sectoral fair organizations, B2B business meetings, cooperation meetings and the development plans of our country and makes a great contribution to increasing our domestic production and exports. ARUS represents its stakeholders on a global scale with its membership in the European Rail Systems Clusters Initiative (ERCI), which includes 16 rail systems clusters from 16 European countries, more than 2,500 manufacturing companies, R&D and engineering companies, universities, institutes, startup, technoparks and innovation centers. ARUS members have proved their success in the international arena by winning European Innovation Awards organized by European Railway Clusters Initiative yearly. These are Aselsan Midas R, Railway Fiber Optical, Sensor Smart Monitoring and Warning System, Rail Acoustic, Detection of all risks on rails in real-time basis, Bozankaya, the new generation electric tram with batteries, and TCDD and TÜBİTAK Rute, Rail Vehicle Identification System Awards. In addition, Bozankaya and Kentkart companies won the awards related with the Company of the Year in Europe and European Leadership in Intelligent Transportation Systems organized by Frost and Sullivan respectively. ARUS, which makes no compromises on excellence in its management approach, has been honored with a Silver Quality Certificate by ESCA, the European Secretariat for Cluster Analysis, and crowned its 10th anniversary as the first and only cluster in our country to receive a Silver Quality Certificate. We are connecting Asia and Europe with the Silk Railway through Marmaray, the project of the century in Istanbul, the Eurasia Bosphorus Tunnel, the third Bosphorus Bridge, and the One Belt, One Road project, which was realized with the revival of the historical Silk Road, Baku-Tbilisi-Kars railway line. The length of our railways, which is 13,022 kilometers today, will reach 28,590 kilometers in 2053. In our country, which has become the 8th high-speed train operator in the world and 6th in Europe, Ankara-Eskişehir, Ankara-Konya, Ankara-Istanbul, Konya-Karaman-Eskişehir, and Ankara-Sivas high-speed train lines have been put into service up to now. Ankara-İzmir, Ankara-Bursa, Bursa-İstanbul, Halkalı-Kapıkule, Mersin-Adana-Gaziantep, Ankara-Kayseri lines will be put into operation respectively, and it is aimed to connect 52 provinces with high-speed train until 2053. Today, Marmaray in Istanbul and Kocaeli, Başkentray in Ankara, İzban in İzmir, Gaziray in Gaziantep are in service in Turkish State Railways urban-suburban train lines, and Konyaray in Konya, Kayseray in Kayseri, and Afray in Afyon projects are in progress. The urban transportation line length of trams, light rail systems and metro vehicles, of which 812 kilometers have been completed in 12 provinces including Istanbul, will exceed 2,000 kilometers in accordance with the targets for 2053, with the urban rail system lines to be built in other provinces where rail systems are planned. ARUS, which supports and follows all steps and strategic plans to be taken in accordance with the welfare and development of our country, will put an end to our country's dependence on foreign sources by mobilizing 200 member companies and more than 32,000 employees. Turkish rail transportation systems need a total of 7,000 trams, light rail transportation vehicles, subways, and a total of 2,104 electric locomotives, diesel locomotives, commuter trains, and high-speed trains, more than 30,000 freight wagons. The total cost of all the rail transportation systems, including their infrastructure, will be about 70 billion euros until 2053. ARUS members aim to produce all these rail system needs by using local resources and national brands. We no longer want to see imported products in our country. The Anatolian Rail Transportation Systems Cluster, with its vision that creates added value for our country, continues on its way without stopping together with you, our patriotic entrepreneurs, to increase domestic and national production for strong industry and strong Turkey. As Anatolian Rail Transportation Systems Cluster, we declare that we are the locomotive of domestic and national production mobilization for the future and the full independence of our country. For an independent and stronger Turkey. For our future, we are here to produce and export together with the principle of cooperation, collaboration, and national brands.